And then number 8. Oh, this one's long. But it's good. All right, let's do it. Let's read it together. Ready? Poruthentes. Oh, come on, everybody with me. Poruthentes un mathetusate panta ta ethne baptizantes autus eis ta anima tu patras kai tu huiu kai tu hagiu pneumatas didascantes autus te rein panta hasa entelamain humen kai idu ego methumon emi pasas tas hemeras heos tes sunteleas tu ionas. All righty. Well, Axel, you want to translate this as far as you can. You do the first part? First 2 words? Mm-hmm. What about un?
Therefore.
Yes, post-positive. So let's put it on the outside. Therefore, having gone, you didn't know that the Great Commission is supposed to be translated that way, right? It's not. I wouldn't translate it that way, but he's trying to be as woodenly literal to what you're going to learn about participles later. This is a participle. Anyhow, many of our translations give it an imperatival force because it is describing the context in which the imperative, which is what mathetusate is, that is an imperative. So in order to make disciples, going has to happen, okay? So many translations say go, make disciples, all right? So, make disciples of, or disciple pantata ethne. Yes, all the nations. By the way, what case gender number do you think pantata ethne is? Okay, it could be if the noun is masculine. But what is it next to? The article helps you here, right? So it could possibly be nominative or accusative plural neuter. Which one must it be? If the subject is you all make disciples, you all disciple pantata ethne, it must be accusative, right? So disciple all the nations. Notice that is neuter plural, right? Okay. Baptizantes, baptizing, autus. What case is that? It's accusative, masculine, plural. Isn't that interesting? Writer has every right to retain the accusative neuter plural form here and baptize all the nations, or disciple all the nations when we get here. Baptizing them. So what does this them refer to? Is it baptizing nations? Yeah, it would appear to be, given the fact that we've switched the gender to the masculine as well as plural, that the nations, as whole nations, is not in view, but rather the constituent parts that make up the nations, which would be the people in it. At least I think that's a fair assumption to make here. Otherwise, if it had said baptizing alta, then you have a stronger case to say that nations are still in view as units, okay? So I would say baptizing them, i.e. the people of the nation, eis ta anima. So in the name. All right. What case is ta'anama? Okay, good. So accusative, neuter. Is it singular or plural? Look at ta. It's singular. The plural would be anamata, right? Because the genitive is anamatos. So don't forget that when you see a mat noun, the ta will fall off, and then now that will look like an accusative plural, won't it? But it's a singular form that's lost. It's tau. We've thrown it into tau. Okay, so that's accusative. Then, what case is tu patras? It's genitive. Why is it genitive? That's right. It's in a genitive relationship with a head noun. What's the head noun? Name. So it's telling you whose name, right? In the name of the Father. All right. And tu huiu? Yeah, in what case? Genitive. Why? Because it's also in a genitive relationship with anima too, right? So we have these coordinated things. And that's also genitive. So in the name of X and of Y and of, X, Y, and Z. All right, and of the Holy Spirit. So baptizing is one of the things that's involved here in discipling. Didaskantes, teaching. Autus, there's that same pronoun that we had over here. Teaching them. Terein, to keep. And then this is a little bit hard, and this may be where you struggled, Axel, I don't know. Panta hasa en etelamein. Panta is? Yes, all what? Masculine, feminine, or neuter? All. It's neuter. Okay, so I've got the alpha of the accusative plural neuter. Could also be nominative, couldn't it? But terein takes a direct object, doesn't it? So that's why I'm assuming this is accusative. Hasa has the alpha of the same case, gender, and number. So what did you learn the sense of hasas is according to the vocab list? As great as or as many as. Here the idea is not qualitative greatness as much as quantitative things, right? So all as many things as I have commanded. Now that really sounds funny in English, doesn't it? So we tend to smooth this out. I'm trying to remember what does the ESV do? Probably just simply all that I've commanded. So this is Matthew 20, 28, 18 through 20. Because to say all as many as, and you know, there's no noun here. So as many, you got to go with the neuter gender to supply the idea of things. Teaching them to observe all that I have commanded. Yeah. So in this case, it's basically functioning like a relative pronoun. All that, all which I have commanded. Humen you, kai idu, and behold, ego methumon emi. I, subject, where's my verb? Here it is. Emi goes with ego, right? So behold, I am methumon, with you. Pasas tas hemeras. All the days. Now, what case are these forms in? As. What's that? First of all, what gender is this? It's feminine. The main word here is hemeras. This is the article that has to agree with the noun. This is the adjective that has to agree with the noun. So what's determining the gender and number of these and case is this one. And what's the lexical form? Hey, Mer. Ra. Good. Hemera. So what gender? What declension pattern? It's feminine. And it follows the first declension, right? All right. If that's the case, what's the case? In the first declension, sigmas could do one of two things, right? Sigma could be genitive singular or accusative plural. Now, because I have an REI letter, I cannot tell the difference here. So I got to look at my article. Got to look at my adjective. Which ones are those? It's plural and accusative, okay? Because the genitive singular would be tastes. The genitive singular of passas would be passes, okay? I'd have the eta there. All right, so these are all accusative, plural, feminine. And when you have time expressions that are in the accusative, what that means is duration of time. For however long that time is, that's represented by the temporal expression. So for all the days, meaning that's how long I'll be with you. What's that mean? Forever, right? For all time. Heos. Yes, heos is, that was our new vocab word, until, as far as, up to, tes sunteleas, the end, to ionas, of the age. Why is this in the genitive case? Is it in the genitive case? Yeah. We have our third declension consonantal stem with our genitive third declension case ending, right? And the article matches the gender, number, case. So why is it genitive? It's in a genitive relationship with end. The end of something. That's our head noun. Genitive noun tells you it's qualifying. The end of what? The end of the age. Why is this in the genitive case? Sunteleas. Why is that genitive? Look at your vocab list. That's right. Because heos, as a preposition, takes its object in the genitive case. Okay? All right. So again, yeah, all the days. World without end. All right. Anybody have anything else from the translations in chapter 12 you want to work through? Okay, so 10. Let's read this. Ready? Adelphoi mu, chairete en kurio, ta alta graphein humin, emoi men uk akneran. All right. So remember how I told you when you see men, you should expect a day to follow soon thereafter. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a day that follows after, and we'll talk about that if you want to afterwards. All right, Adelphoi mu, what does that mean? My brothers, chairete and kurio, rejoice in the Lord. Okay, good. Rejoice in the Lord. Ta alta graphein. Here, this is a little bit difficult because you haven't learned these forms, but this is an infinitive, and it can function as the subject of a sentence. So that's what we have here. To write ta alta, to write the same, and there's no copular verb, right? There's no form of a me here, but you have to supply that. To write the same is uk, is not, akneran, is not troublesome. Okay? Now, all we're going to do is just fill in a little bit more details, but that's the basic structure of the sentence. To write is not troublesome. Okay? Now, what? To write what? Ta alta. There's our form of altas, pronoun or adjective. It's an adjectival use because got the article before, right? Is it the identical or the intensive? It's the identical. So to write the same what? Okay. We really want to go with the plural form things? Yes, because this is in fact neuter plural, isn't it? Okay, good. So to write the same things, humen, to you, amoi, to write the same things to me, to you, to me? Well, this is first person, isn't it? Amoi? First singular. And it's dative, yes? This one is second plural, and it's dative. So here's the question. Why is this one dative? Yes, exactly. It's related to graphein. To write to you the same things. Why is amoi dative? It's dative because it's really related to the troublesomeness that it is not. To write the same things to you is not troublesome to me. Okay? Now,
If this is on a test, like, do we just kind of write it all out and just like think in our brain what would this make sense?
yes, that's one of the things that you have to do is you have to ask yourself now, what possible sense could it make if I took amoi as a dative to actually go with graphein as well? Well, then I have writing to two different entities. Doesn't make sense with no conjunction, right? Now, if he had said humen kai amoi, it'd be kind of weird, but to write to you and to me the same things isn't too hard to process. But to say to write the same things to you, to me, doesn't make sense. So you find another use for the second one. What else could that go with? Well, I can say things like, that's hard to me, right? It's easy to me. Or it's not troublesome to me. All right?
So literally this says the same things to write to you, to me are not troublesome.
Yeah. So it's almost like there's just an ever so slight pause here because this whole thing here is the subject, really, right? To write to you the same things, that's the subject, is not troublesome, predicate, adjective, to me. Now, let's real quickly look at this in the Greek text because I told you that you should expect the day coming after this, and let's see if we can find it. Okay, so here we have rejoice in the Lord, ta altagraphein humen, to write to you the same things, amoi, for me, men uk akneron, is not troublesome, humen de as phales, and for you is needful or helpful. Okay, so you see you have men, you have de. Right. So this is a situation where you do have alternatives where they seem contrastive, don't they? So for me, it's not this, but for you, it is this other thing. All right. Are we all good on this verse? So what was really awkward was he gave you the men, but didn't give you the rest, which then, makes it hard to translate that men, doesn't it? All right. So any other questions about the homework?